Oh, hello. We are live, we think. We're not sure. We're having a time getting our connection to work. If you are seeing us live on here, let us know. We are in the bathroom. Oh, you see us. Good deal. It's working. Melissa is trying to hide. She's around the corner, and she's got me in the bathroom. We're in the bathroom, and I've never gone to the bathroom with this many people. I do go occasionally with my friends, but it's not often that I go with this many friends. So if you see us on here, please let us know. We would love to see you comment here. And it doesn't look like I can see anybody today, but that's okay. We're going to carry on. Just like you're all here, we have been asked. Hi Mindy, how are you? Now I see people. Hey Denise. All right, girls, we've been talking about doing countertops using the all-in-one paint products for a while, but we have never taken the time to create a video specifically using all-in-one without resin or something like that. So we're going to show you how to do it. And we're going to show you the best way, we think, to give you the most successful way to coat your countertops at home. We're in our bathroom here at work. This was a Formica countertop, and this piece of Formica, I'm going to take these off because I don't want to look like Mr. Whatever, Mr. Magoo. We've been talking about redoing a Formica piece of countertop for a while, and this one in our bathroom had looked like heavy chemicals used on it. It had big white spots and things down in the Formica, which is pretty hard to damage Formica, but it had been done. So if you have those already, you know what I'm talking about. So the first thing that we did to get started was, because we don't know what was on here, I had no idea if it had been cleaned with anything oily through the years or whatever. It felt clean, but I'm not sure that it was. We used our magic product, the sanding deglosser product here. Sander deglosser, you just wipe it on and you clean with it, and it actually cuts away all the grease, grime, buildup, and residue, any kind of a residue on top of your surface. So if you're kind of in doubt, you can always use this. You wipe it on, and this is Clean Strip. That's who makes that. So I hope that's written. Oh, it's backwards. That's all right. That's okay. You know where it is. Clean Strip, and I think we bought it next door at Home Depot. So now we're going to show you kind of a little two-tone effect, three-tone effect, a faux marble look on this top. First thing we did was we coated the first coat with Stonehenge. Already dried it, put it on, took some before photos so I can show you what it looked like before, and put on the Stonehenge. So now we are ready. So this is going to be pretty quick because this is a small countertop. This is going to turn the angle of the camera down here.
I'm sure you've got me at the most beautiful angle in that mirror there.
I'm hoping we're not going to lose this whole camera. All right, let's see if that's got us going there.
Yeah,
all right, so what we're going to do, we poured out some, what is this one? What is this in this plate? This was
Coliseum.
This was Coliseum. We just poured out some in a paper plate, and I'm going to use my trusty old bag from the store as my tool. And the reason I like these versus using like a paper bag or something like that, I like this because every time I go back, it's going to give me a different pattern. If you use a paper bag, it kind of begins to make or flatten out and makes its own little pattern, and I don't want a repeating pattern. So this seems to be the best, and I think you'll like how it does. I hope, because this is all new to me, and this is going to be very random what it does. So I'm going to go first of all right into my white. And it's been sitting out for a minute, so it's kind of beginning to dry a little, which is okay. I'm just going to touch this and just start making my first little marks on this piece. Is it showing up good for them, Mel, so you can see?
A little bit of a delay.
Okay.
Pretty cool in person.
Yeah, it's looking pretty good. Now, this not being a bright white, you know, Coliseum's kind of a muted white. That way I'm not going to get a bright snow white, which I didn't want. Bathroom already has kind of a faux marble tile on the floor, so I don't want it to get too loud in here. Just start stamping your pattern right in there, right on top of your base coat. And again, the base coat is Stonehenge. I wanted to add a little warmth to the top, you know. I didn't want to make it just another black and white surface like this floor. It does have a little tiny bit of warmth though. So I'm going to put a heavy coat on this. Now, here's something else. Relax with this. You can't go wrong. If you do, if you get it too white, you can always go back and add Stonehenge the same way. You can just make it darker. So just get something going, make it consistent, and then go back and correct. So that's the best way, is not to panic no matter what you get. Just get a good, modeled, even surface.
You ladies are quiet this Friday night. Or afternoon.
Night. What are you talking about?
I'm wishing it was night. It's afternoon.
Why you wish it was night? She's trying to get home. What is wrong with you?
I'm ready for bed. It's been a long day.
It's DIY DIY day, no doubt. We've been so busy here today. All right, so get back into your little backsplash and make sure to concentrate that you get down in these corners so it looks believable. Just take your fingernail and run back in there so you can get down in the cracks. And get your wall at the same time. Go around the sink really well. We did tape it off. So we got all that. Just keep on dabbing your pattern. Now, I'm not going to bore you to death with the entire details of this. You can roll. The good thing about this little rag is you can just roll it up and make it as small as you want so you can get down in here behind this sink. Still makes a great little pattern, just the same.
I'm going to try to zoom in a little closer here for them.
Okay, sure. You take it off the tripod. Ladies, if you have questions, ask away.
There
please.
you go. Can you see that better now?
Well, this bathroom's pretty small, so we knew that once we add me and her in here, and the camera, it wasn't going to be very fun. Hey, we're going to get it done.
It's already warm in here, too.
She's warm no matter where we're at. I was freezing.
Your office is cold.
My body's cold. Well, I am going to end up getting most of it. You're just going to be able to show what you are seeing. Let's get a pattern on it.
All right, bear with us. We can't see where she is. She's in the corner.
Okay, I'm coming out here, just so you know. And I'm going to put on a little bit of, I'm going to add in a tiny bit of black.
If I turn the camera towards the corner, all we're going to see through behind. So
No, don't do that.
don't want you getting all these friend requests.
Right. Yeah. I'm here to disappoint. Okay, let's get the front edge. And like I said, just keep on getting your consistency going here. I think people's biggest fear is they're going to do something that's going to peel off and ruin the countertop. So, if you are in doubt, if you have a countertop that you feel like, if the countertop is really something slick and something you feel like that's going to come off, you can always go in there and use a sander and then put on your first coat of paint. You don't have to use deglosser, just use a little palm sander, knock off that first layer. You could always use a deglosser to clean it. You know, you're never going to do too much prep, so that's up to you, whatever you feel like. Now, she's cleaned the wall, where I got on the wall, thank you. All right, now let's put in a little bit of the dark. Let's see what we got going on with that.
Lori wants to know, can you also use, there I am in the mirror. Can you also use more than one or two colors?
Oh, you can use as many as you want. It's up to you. As many colors as you want in your design. You could make this colorful if you wanted, but we wanted something neutral. Now, right into the wet paint, I'm using the beautiful color here.
Iron Gate.
At the Iron Gate color, so it's black. And I'm just going to lightly put in some dark. I'm not going to go crazy with this because, again, I don't want it to be overly dark. If I get on too much, I'm going to go right back over it with my white. And I'm also using in my plate, I'm kind of offloading it, stamping, and then putting some more backing, you know, kind of backing up my little brush and offloading it. So,
It's looking pretty good.
thank you.
So we've got a bunch of people just jumping on.
Sure.
So can you kind of recap what you're doing, what
I
you've
can.
done, the prep, the paint?
This
all
is a Formica countertop, and we're actually trying to show you how to go in and paint your Formica tops that may be damaged or you're tired of the color. You could even do repairs. You could put this paint product over a repair you've made if you've had a crack or a broken tile. On this particular countertop, we did clean it well, and then we cleaned it with the deglosser product here that you just wipe and clean the countertop with. You could also use, if you are in doubt that you may have a really shiny tile or something that's got a very slick surface, I would suggest using a palm sander or just a little hand sander and getting in there and sanding it with a medium grit sandpaper. And then you could still clean it with a deglosser and you should be ready to go. And then use the all-in-one paint products. We use Stonehenge here as our base coat, and right now I am using a plastic bag to give us a little texture and to give it a faux stone feeling right into or right over Coliseum was the white color we used, and now we're using Iron Gate to just add a little depth and tie in this dark floor. And I'm just, again, this paint was wet, so you can see what it's doing. It's picking up white and softening back my black, which is what I wanted it to do. Now, again, like I said, if you get too much or too little, you can always go in and add or subtract. Add more white, add more of your base color. Whatever it is that you've gotten too much of, you can always keep on going until you get it where you want to go. Hey Mel, tell them about our new rewards program. We're just kind of launching part of our rewards that we've already had a great rewards program. We're just making it even better.
Yeah, so ladies, we've beefed up the rewards program. So if you already have an account on our shopping cart, then you're already enrolled. But if not, definitely enroll in that, and you can start earning points right away, even without doing purchases. You can earn points by referring a friend, on your birthday, sharing a post about us on Facebook. So definitely check that out. It's in the bottom left-hand screen of the shopping cart. It'll say check rewards. It'll be a little gray banner down there. So click that. And the reason we want you to go and make sure you're signed up today is because we are actually having a triple points weekend. So on your purchases. So normally for every dollar you spend, you get 1 point, and those points convert to cash off coupons or percentage off coupons. Well, this weekend you're earning 3 points for every dollar. So you're going to get to those rewards really, really quickly. So definitely take advantage of that. That goes through Sunday at midnight Pacific time. So
this is our actual 5-year anniversary sale that's going on right now, just if you're not aware. So that's why we're offering the triple points, is because of our anniversary.
And then we're also doing 30% off the all-in-one paint, because I know you guys have a lot of spring projects to get done. Based by the on the amount of people that have come in today, I know everyone's getting started, like me. So 30% off automatic cart discount on the all-in-one paint and on the finishes. And a lot of people asked for some deals on waxes, so you got it. And again, that's through midnight Sunday. So we don't trip and fall.
Okay, trying to get behind the sink here. I'm a little heavy on the black, so thing went crazy behind here. So you just keep rolling your bag until you get it looking like you want it. Just load it when you need it and stamp it until you don't, until you run out of color. Just keep blending with it, that's what I do. It's kind of the stipple thing, except I'm using this rather than a brush. Now I'm going to go back and add some white to this so they can see how that softens up.
What do you ladies think of that? So Cindy wants to know, on your first coat of the Stonehenge, did you use a brush, a sponge applicator?
Just use my good Syntec brush. Right here it is. I just brushed it on right there, Cindy. So that's what I used.
Lisa wants to know, her sink is molded in with the countertop.
Well, don't paint down in that sink, Lisa. You can go in and mask off your sink. If your countertop is just killing you, go in and mask it off. Put you a nice ring around that. Don't paint down in the sink unless you want to use resin. Now, we're going to show you how to use a resin pour on a countertop, but not today. Lots of people are scared of resin, and I understand that, so we're staying away from resin, just showing you how to do it with paint. But we will later show you in another room that we have a couple of sinks. We're going to resin right over those. So they are something that, using resin, you can go right down into the sink. And there's also a video that we did earlier using resin on a sink, on a pour. So you could incorporate the sink pour right on into your countertop. Can they see this, Mel? I want to get down close if they can. If you want to pull it down close, putting on that white back over that just really marries that in there, you know?
I'm getting some glare. Let's see, right about there. There we go. That actually looks really good.
Now, it's all about just keep on going. Keep on adding in those layers. You know, don't make it look like we sponged it with this. Just keep on putting on multiple layers so it just all blends together. That's how to do it.
So Colleen wants to know if she could do the same technique on marble.
Sure. You can do it on anything. If you use this paint and you put down a good base coat using all-in-one paint, get it good and clean. And when in doubt, use a little sanding block. Like on that marble, I would probably sand it and rough it up a little bit. Use the deglosser to clean it and then go.
So Catherine's got a question about the rewards. She's asking if there's a time frame to use your reward points.
That's a good one.
So Catherine, there's not a time frame on the points themselves. You can leave them in for as long as you'd like, but once you do redeem them for a coupon, then I believe you have 6 months to use that coupon. It'll say on the email that you get after you redeem them, so make sure you go by that to be safe. But I believe it's 6 months.
This is kind of new for us. We've been doing it, but we haven't gone to this level with it where we can do the birthday, and just sharing it's going to gain you how many points if they just share it on their page?
You can share it on your page once a day and earn 10 points.
10 points once a day. So that's going to start getting you free product almost immediately.
And you can refer a friend and get 100 points. It creates a coupon for them where they get $5 off because you referred them, and you're getting 100 points, which is basically equivalent to $5 off for you too. Or you can save those points and get a 30 or 50% off coupon.
Go read about it if you're interested, and if you like to buy paint products and share it with your friends, it's certainly a way to help them save money and for you to also earn free products. So that's what it's all about. We have decided a while back that we would rather give our customers the savings and the money versus spending it on Facebook ads. So you all are advertising for us, and we're rewarding you versus rewarding Mr. Zuckerberg. So I hope he's not listening. All right. Okay, backsplash is not so easy to get.
It looks really good.
Get a little brush and do that if you want.
What do you ladies think?
You think it looks believable?
I do.
Now, we're going to seal this with our matte top coat. That's the next question. We have a matte water-based top coat. We've got a satin and a gloss. I think I want it, well, I may use the satin. I don't want it really shiny. I want it to look like a Formica, so I don't want to make it glossy, although you could. It's coming up to you.
Jan, she's using a very expensive shopping bag from Myers.
A free one. It's a good little brush. It just keeps creating a unique pattern. You know, that's what I like about it.
Catherine, if we're having a sale that is a cart discount, like today's is, or this weekend's is, you can use a coupon, your rewards coupon with it. If we are having a coupon sale, then you can only use one coupon per order.
That's pretty good. I like it.
Kristen, yes, we're having 30% off all-in-one paint and finishes, so that would be your waxes, your top coats, everything you need to do this project, the top coat and the all-in-one paint. 30% off, automatic cart discount through Sunday, midnight Pacific time. And then you're also getting triple points, so make sure you join the reward program if you haven't before you do that order. Oh, Erin says that looks great, you're inspiring me.
Oh, good, great.
And Laura says, Paula, you always make things look so easy.
It is easy. I'm telling you, it's really easy.
We literally did not prep for this at all. She didn't even know she was doing this demo today. She came in, I'm like, oh, let's paint that countertop.
That's true. She springs them on me. I've had some neck issues or something going on, and I haven't felt like doing a whole lot, so this is,
This one you don't have to bend down and stuff at least.
yep.
Not too bad.
All right, good deal. So I'm going to stop right there because if I go to that corner, then you guys can't see anything but my rear. So
Jessica wants to know how long dry time is.
well, it's drying really, really fast because I'm putting on such a thin layer. Obviously, it's almost dry before I'm leaving it with a sponge. Oh yeah, ooh, let's not do that. That's better. I don't need to see me that close, and I know you all don't. I would get discouraged. So yeah, there it is. So you see what it looks like, and let me pull this over here so you can see it a little better. I know she already had it there, but let's get it up there so you can see something. Is that better? So it made a tight little pattern, and looks pretty darn believable. So I kind of like it. So if y'all try one, please let me see what you do. I can't wait to see how somebody else's turns out. So we're going to paint these cabinets. What color are we painting these cabinets now? Abby, maybe? I don't know. We always get back and figure it out later. But these walls are thistle, by the way. Well, maybe Stonehenge would be great. Something mid-tone. But this floor was already black, so it's kind of dismal in here. And there's no light, no window, and old light fixtures. But we haven't really tried too hard to work on it. So we're going to paint the cabinets, and then we'll doll it up and show it to you later as we finish up. So
Paula Julie says she has cashmere tops and cathedral bottoms. she needs to figure out what colors would be best. So what do you think would be
Cashmere tops and cathedral bottoms. Well, I would probably put some of the cathedral in my top, but then maybe use cobblestone on there as a mid-tone and kind of do the same thing I did here. Like I used the black, that would be your cathedral layer, and just kind of work it like that over the cobblestone, don't you think? That way give you a dark, a mid-tone, and a light, and you'll get the same effect as this, you know, a 3 tricolor looking thing, and you can always add or subtract to make it a color that you like. So
I know we're not using it today, but you mentioned the resin earlier, so Lori's got a question. Because the resin can go down the drain, how would you prepare?
Unhook it from the drain, definitely. You don't want that to go down your drain, or you don't even want it to go into the neck of your drain area, because then your closure would never go or seep back down to stop your sink up. So go in there, have your husband come in there and disconnect the drain pipe from the sink and take out
Girl, do that
the
yourself.
drain.
You don't need your husband to do that.
I'm going to ask somebody to do that, because there's hair in that sink, and I don't want to see that hair in that sink. You may find stuff in there. Yes, but take that loose. Take loose the little piece there, the metal ring that finishes off your sink. Take all that loose if you can. Get it right back down to just a basic sink, and that way you can really do a nice clean job on the sink and let the material run right down in that hole. And you can catch it down there. Put like a solo cup or something when the resin runs off. Let it catch into that, and that way you can do a really nice job. Just put all your fittings right back on. Put your everything should just sink right back up, just like it was prior to, and go from there.
We've got lots of questions coming in, so bear with me here just a
Good
minute. Let's
questions.
run through them real fast.
Oh my
People are
Lord,
really
let me back
excited.
this up. I don't want to keep looking at down my.
So Sharon wants to know, what types of counters can you do this on?
Well, you could do it on any type of counters. There's really not that many type of countertops. You know, there's either a man-made or a natural, and there's one of the two. And this is a man-made material that we're working on top of, which is generally the most non-porous surface, a man-made material. Now, stones, woods, other surfaces, stones have some porosity, but they're still very hard. You got to kind of get through some of that if you're working on top of a marble or a granite. And those things have been polished and honed super, super smooth. So those are going to be what I'm going to think would have the toughest bonding time. This is generally tough. Laminate is the hardest thing in the world to paint. But if you can get that to work on laminate, you can certainly get it to work on a stone. And naturally, wood is going to take on anything because wood is very porous. So
I think that's already dry because your hand touched it.
oh yeah, it's
didn't
dry.
you?
It's already dry. Well, can't tell on this. Yeah, it's definitely dry. I can feel it dry. I feel the little texture that I've put over here.
So this is, I'm going to combine these questions. So Stephanie wants to know how you're going to seal it, and Denise wants to know if you're going to brush that on, how many coats.
Oh, well, I am going to brush on a sealer, and I'm going to probably put on a couple, and I'm going to use our satin top coat. So it's just real simple. We don't name it anything fancy. We just name it matte satin or gloss top coat, and it's just a polyurethane. It's a very nice, easy water-borne product. So you can clean your brushes up with water. It doesn't smell, and easy to work with. And that's what this is going to get. As soon as we get finished with the other side, we'll top coat it. I'll probably wait and top coat it, give it a good over the weekend to cure out, and then we'll put a few coats on it. Just for the more you put on, the more protection you're going to have. So it's like I'll give you a comparison to a vinyl floor. If you buy vinyl floor tiles, sometimes you'll notice they'll say how many wear layers that they have on top. There's basically a picture down, and then there's multiple wear layers, a coating, a clear coating, so that you can see that pretty pattern coming through. So the more wear layers you put down, the more you're going to be able to walk on that floor without wearing off the pretty picture. Same with your countertop. You're going to put on wear layers in the clear coat on top, and that way you've got more to clean and scrub and things like that before you start interfering with the painted finish, if that makes sense.
Dinah wants to know if it's going to feel textured once it's dry.
It feels a little textured right now, but it won't feel textured once I put on the layers over top, because that's going to let it find a good level, and that will make it feel very smooth.
Donna, the primer is on sale. Anything in that all-in-one paint category or finishes category. Laura, this is all-in-one paint.
Show you.
Monica, these are laminate countertops.
This is Abby. This is the color, or Stonehenge, I'm sorry. This is the base color that I used on top of the counter. This is where we started using this color. And then on top of that, we used our pretty white, and we're using Colosseum. This was kind of a soft white, not a bright white. We have that. That's called cashmere, but this is the warmer white, which is not so bold against. And then we used Iron Gate. Iron Gate is black, so this is the one we did a little of, just to add some variety into that texture. and just stamped it on using the little piece of just a bag, just a simple throwaway bag. So we just used this as our tool so we could get irregular patterns all over it, and now we're finished. So I'll take some photos of it and show it to you what we get once we get all finished up here. If you haven't joined our rewards program, you can do that simply by logging on to heirloomtraditionspaint.com. You can check out our triple rewards going on right now for everyone who joins up into the rewards program. You can earn points by sharing our page onto your Facebook page. You can earn 5 points. You can earn points by also pasting and copying the link into an email that you send to your friends. Once your friend makes a purchase, you'll also earn points for her making a purchase as well. So you'll save money, she will too. And again, she can also share her link as well. So it's a kind of a give thing, and it really works really well.
One more close up of this.
Yeah, show it.
For the new people.
This is more of the finished side here.
Ooh.
And I got about midway of the sink.
Hold on. There we go. Oh, that's it.
That way.
There we go. Isn't that pretty?
Just for a few
quick
minutes.
job,
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've spent 15 minutes in here, I think.
So one last question.
Sure.
Cara wants to know, how long after the top coat can you use the sink?
I would give it probably a good 24 hours to dry, simply because you don't want water spotting on it. And you definitely want to make sure that you let everything start to cure out. You can also use a heat gun. And I thought we had ours laying here, but whatever. You know what a heat gun is. Using a heat gun, I could finish this project today. If I wanted to get in here with a heat gun, I could use that to cure everything out, and then I could use my sealer and go ahead and do that. A heat gun, this is a $22 item that you can buy. You can use a hairdryer, but it doesn't get near as hot as this heat gun. You want to be careful not to scorch or burn the paint. You just stay back enough and let this thing get red hot, and just let it hit your paint. It will instantly cure it. You can actually watch it begin to surface, dry everything while you're standing here. So I did this project, painted the base coat, and 5 minutes later was putting on the top coat and talking to you. So that's how quickly you can move if you buy one of these little heat guns. And I bought this on eBay. I think you can buy them anywhere. So Amazon, eBay, whoever. If you want to just go to the store and pick one up, you can do that too. And outside of that, that's all the tools we used, other than one of our Syntec brushes. And that's something that is available on Heirloom Traditions, and you can find this right here on the website. Are these on sale also? The tools are not on sale this time, but I'm sure we'll have something going on for those. Won't be long. So you can also
But you
use...
get triple points.
Yes, you get triple points, so you can earn one for free.
Buy one brush and you almost get $5 off.
Yep, so you're working on it. And this little tool is a great brush that will last you many, many years and lots of projects. So if there's any questions that you have regarding the countertop, again, we'll be showing you the final results as well as the top coat. And hopefully we'll get in here and do a live doing the top coat too. We'll show you that as we wrap it up and finish this sometime early next week. And that way you can see for yourself what it's going to look like once it has a top coat on it. But again, we thank you so much for being here with us. And I'm going to be doing a tabletop later on tonight. I'm going to show you how to maybe take or think about redoing your own tabletops at home. And if you saw my post, I was supposed to do that one yesterday, but I had a few things come up, and I'll be sharing that tonight with you on the live. I'm going to do that about 8 o'clock Eastern time tonight. So if you have the moment and the time, please jump over and share the live with us, and we would love to have you there. We hope to see y'all again very soon. We'll talk to you later. Bye. As promised, we are here today to show you how to use the satin top coat on top of the countertop that we started on our live on Friday. If you missed the live, we used the all-in-one paint products. We started off with the color Stonehenge, and we cleaned this properly and got it all ready using our deglosser product that you can find at Home Depot or Lowe's. And what is that product called, Mel?
Clean Strip.
Clean Strip makes it sanding deglosser. Hey, Lisa Hurd. And we are getting ready to put on our satin top coat. We're just going to brush it on using our Syntec brush. Just going to apply that liberally to the countertop to add some protection to it. And it is a water-based polyurethane. So she's poured me some out here in my plate. And I'm just going to go right to the project. You can see it's not the normal product that you see. And when you think of polyurethane, you generally think of something that's smelly. This is water-based. So it goes on pretty thick. And it will also clean up with soap and water, which is really great. Which I don't like to use urethane products because they do smell, but this one has hardly any smell. We'll start with a backsplash first, get a good coat on that, work on my edge I'll come around that one, and I won't work on the front one until I get on around. But I'm going to put on a very liberal coat. And since you can't see where you're going, you kind of have to just know where you're working and concentrate on that area. Now, this is going to be a pretty quick live. Again, I'm kind of doing what I call a flood coat. I'm putting it on here, letting it find its own level, concentrating on the edge around the sink, because that's where it's going to get the most water and droplets and so on. It's right around that sink. Again, I can't see where I'm going, and I'm sure you guys can't see where I'm going either. I'm going to have to get down here and see about the glare and see if I can see, make sure I've gotten every spot. Running out of product now.
Okay.
You have my product up there?
Hand me your plate.
All right.
So
So again, just keep on brushing, keep on applying. And this is going to dry to satin, and you don't want to keep on over brushing it either. Once you put it on there, let it find its level, and it will level out, and a lot of the brush strokes will go away. And you can also apply this with a roller, like a small foam roller. But using this little Syntec brush, you get really good coverage and light brush strokes. Let's hope not many of those are going to show. Now, if you're using a mat, obviously you wouldn't get brush strokes. But anytime you have a sheen or a vertical sheen, you're going to probably see some of your strokes. So using a roller would help prevent that. So if you didn't watch the video on how we created this, this was a gray Formica countertop. And you can go back in the timeline and look and see the video because it was pretty fun. We used a plastic throwaway bag and used that to make the pattern here. So I used, on top of Stonehenge as the base coat, we used, what do we use? Corinthian? We used Corinthian and cashmere.
On this?
Oh no, I'm sorry, we used Iron Gate.
Iron.
Iron Gate was a little bit of the black that we put in it, and then on top of that we used Coliseum, the pretty soft white. And that gave us this mottled look. So pretty easy to do and was very quick. So
And such an improvement.
oh yeah, this was a piece of Formica that had gotten damaged, and the color was kind of off in spots. So that's rare when you see Formica that's damaged, but it was just kind of gray and drab. So I'm going to get back in this back corner. You probably can't see where I'm at here now in my own shot. Are you seeing it, Mel? Can you see?
I'm on a
where
little
we're
bit
at?
of a delay. So.
Sorry. All right, girls. We just wanted to share that we were doing it so you could see what it's going to look like, and I'll try to get down and take a photo of it once it's dry. And you can always go back and add a second or third coat. As we talked about in our live on Friday, the more clear coats you put on top, or the wear layers that you are putting on top of your painted surface. So that's what you want to do. You want to keep on creating enough wear layers that when you scrub it over time, that you won't get into the painted pretty part. So put on several layers, and that way you know you've got good protection on top of the pretty layers that you've already built underneath there. So the more you put on, the more chances of it wearing and lasting you for a longer length of time. So I hope that you enjoyed that. And again, I'll show you the product that we're using. We're using Heirloom Traditions in our satin. So I'll show a photo to you what this looks like once it's dry and we get a couple of coats on there. So you can come back and see for yourself.
How long is dry time between coats?
Dry time is probably going to be about 45 minutes or so. But this dries really quickly, and again, we're working in a small area, so the smell, there is none. So the top coat goes very easy versus like an old polyurethane that would have to be a mineral spirits or turpentine cleanup. This is working just with a waterborne product, so I really like that personally, and doesn't seem as violent to be standing here smelling because of the low VOCs. So I hope that is something that will encourage you to get out there and maybe paint your countertop. Again, we will probably tag that video here from our Friday live right here in this live so you can find and reference and find that one quicker if you want to see how to do your own. Thank you for joining me here. We'll talk to you soon.